Hello everyone, today I will be narrating you a story about Dhruv. Let's start our story. Swayambhu Manu had two sons, Priyavrat and Uttanapad. Uttanapad married Suniti and Suruchi. Suruchi, the younger of the two wives, was an attractive woman and Uttanapad was in love with her. One day, the king, keeping Uttam, his son, on his lap, was playing with him when Dhruv, his other son born of Suniti, came running to the father to sit on his father's lap. Suruchi pushed him aside and told him that he did not deserve to sit on king's lap as he was not born of her. She sarcastically suggested to him to pray to the Lord and seek his grace to be reborn as her son. Uttanapad observed the arrogant behavior of Suruchi but did not say a word to her. Dhruv was hurt by the rude words of his stepmother. Crying aloud, he went to his mother. Suniti embraced him affectionately and consoled him. She asked her son to accept the words of his stepmother and not bear any ill feeling towards her. She told him that the king did not love her and thus Dhruv did not have any place near his father. She asked Dhruv to seek the grace of Lord Narayan through self-discipline and meditation, as he alone could bring joy in Dhruv's life. Dhruv resolved to seek the Lord's grace. He left the palace at once and proceeded to a quiet place. Narad, who knew of Dhruv's plan, wanted to test him of resolve and met him on the way. He discouraged Dhruv from his pursuit by pointing out the difficulty in appeasing the Lord. He added that many great sages have even failed in their attempts to appease the Lord. He cautioned Dhruv of the sufferings involved in the life of self-discipline and advised him to be content with whatever the Lord had provided him in his life. Dhruv was not convinced by Narad's statement. He told the sage of his firmness in resolve to gain the highest end in life. He asked Narad to guide him in his pursuit. Narad was pleased to see Dhruv's fortitude and told him to follow the path revealed by his mother. He instructed him on the disciplines he had to observe and initiated him into the chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, salutations unto Lord Vasudev. He also described the form of the Lord for the purpose of contemplation. Dhruv offered his salutation to the sage and left. As per Narad's instruction, Dhruv went to Madhuvan on the bank of river Yamuna near Mathura and spent the next 6 months in penance and meditation. The Lord decided to bless Dhruv without further delay. Seated on his vehicle Garuda, he appeared before Dhruv. The form which Dhruv was meditating upon suddenly vanished and Dhruv opened his eyes. He was amazed to see the beautiful form of the Lord before his very eyes. He gazed at the Lord for a long time. The Lord knew that the child was unable to express his feelings or speak words of praise. He softly touched Dhruv's cheek with his conch. At the touch of the conch, Dhruv poured verses praising the Lord's glories. He offered salutation unto the Lord and sought nothing else in his life except the constant remembrance of Lord. The Lord knew the purpose of Dhruv's penance. He promised Dhruv the rulership of the world after Uttanapad and granting him an eternal place in the heavens disappeared from his sight. After the Lord had left, Dhruv realized that he had not asked the Lord for moksha, the ultimate end in his life. He was sad about it, but decided to return to the palace. After meeting Dhruv, Narad went to Uttanapad's palace. Uttanapad received him with all honors. Seeking the king unhappy, Narad asked him the reasons. Uttanapad then narrated the incident that had occurred with Suruchi and Dhruv and repented for his inaction that has caused the child to go to the forest. He was anxious about Dhruv's condition. The sage assured the king that Dhruv would be protected by the Lord and that he would return glorious when the time was right. At the end of 6 months, when Uttanapad came to know about Dhruv's return, he went to the outskirts of the city with all the members of the family and subjects and received him with all the royal honors. He embraced Dhruv with great joy and affection, and Dhruv stretched himself at the feet of his father and his 2 mothers. After Uttanapad, Dhruv ruled the earth for 30,000 years. At the end of his rule, Dhruv renounced the royal life and took to a life of penance again. When it was time to leave this earth, the attendants of Lord Narayan came and led him to the heavens, and Dhruv received an eternal place in the heavens. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the Northern Pole star? Look for it in the sky. What do you think makes it a special star? Talk to baby about it. Next question. Tell your baby what are the qualities that made Dhruv special. Thank you.